Hi, I'm Julian Boulding, President and Founder of thenetworkone, and I've been asked to say a few words about how we see prospects for 2019. 2018 was a challenging year in many ways. We heard a lot of negative sentiment about politics, about the world economy, and especially about the communication business. It's a very rare year when the American stock market goes up, but the fortunes of the advertising and communication business go down. And if we've looked at what's been happening with WPP and some of the holding companies, the decline in their share price doesn't augur well for the business. They and we have many challenges. The difference is that we as independent agencies have the opportunity to overcome them in agile, in entrepreneurial, and in new and different ways that are close to the traditional holding companies. They look at the consulting firms, the Accentures, the IBMs, the EYs, the Deloittes, as competition. They're attacking them in terms of data, they're attacking them in terms of media, whereas we as independents have opportunities for collaboration. And we look at two of our brightest members over the last year or two, Kamarama and Kolareba, who've not only collaborated, but have ended up becoming part of those two organizations, but are still very much members of thenetworkone, looking for independent agencies to work with in countries and in skill sets which they have no interest in acquiring themselves. We look at other opportunities as well. We look at opportunities in new areas. I don't know how many agencies we've not been approached by in the last year or so, looking at brand experience as a core capability rather than advertising, looking at content rather than public relations and editorial. Because people are moving with the times and they're changing with the times, and so are we. We look at learning from different places. I got up this morning and turned on my phone, as we all do, to see what had happened in the world, and found that the Chinese have landed on the dark side of the moon. Is that scary, or is that exciting? We think it's exciting. Of course, there's enormous talent and great advances still coming out of the US and coming out of Europe. But when you look at what's happening in China in terms of communication, in terms of the mix of e-commerce with social media, with mobile payments, with apps, and with a whole ecosystem of communications, with the Internet of Things, and we see businesses that we can learn from enormously. So that's why we are not sitting on our laurels. It's why we are taking the Indie Summit, our flagship conference this year, to China, and we'll be there in Beijing, not to tell the Chinese what to do, not to kind of criticize what they may be thinking or acting if it's not the same way we would think or act, but to learn from what they're doing, because what a lot of them and they're doing is going to be here tomorrow. So please come with us and join us on this journey. You'll meet interesting people, you'll meet people you can learn from, you'll meet people who want to learn from you just as much as you want to learn from them. The Indie Summit is going to be a terrific flagship, but it's not the only thing we do. Day in, day out, our team of 5 here in London are matching up agencies with partners. We're signing up new members to take advantage of the global network of modern, contemporary communication agencies that belong to thenetworkone. We've had 8 or 10 agencies resign from our membership this year because perhaps they didn't like the way we were going or the way the industry is going. But we've had 50 agencies join last year. And we've already signed up 2 in the first 2 days of January. So we're doing something right, and we're super pleased and super proud that you want to be part of that as well. This is going to be a terrific year and a terrific decade for independent agencies if they're willing to grasp the challenge, take some risks, come with us on the journey, and abandon the old model of being, you must be scale, you must be powerful, you must control, you must own, to a new model which is about learning and sharing and collaboration. Watch this space. There's a lot of interesting developments to come from us in the next few months. So please stay with us, share with us, tell us what you want from us. We're there to provide it, and join us in China and join us on our escapades as we go around the world looking to bring independent talent together and collaborate for everybody's benefit. Thank you.
I think one of the really interesting developments that we're probably going to see over the next 6 to 12 months is the rise of non-linear storytelling. The ability to tell a story with multiple narratives and multiple endings that a user can come into at any point in time and basically dictate how that film or that story rolls out. Of course, this has many implications for the production. It makes it incredibly complicated to do. And Netflix have just done a multiple ending story with Bandersnatch, which you can watch and download. One of the really exciting things with this, of course, is the fact that you have multiple narratives running within the story, which means that you can place multiple brands within that story depending on the narrative, and indeed change the ending. Couple that with voice-activated communication and the ability to find a brand online, buy it by voice whilst watching the film or the TV show, and this becomes a really rich context for storytelling, and I think we're going to see a lot more of this in 2019. For many in our industry, retaining and indeed finding talent in the first place remains a huge issue, and it doesn't really matter where in the world. I travel a lot and I see a lot of agencies, and this comes up as a significant issue time after time. Our industry is at an interesting point in time where talent can indeed come from anywhere, and we should embrace different types of talent. We should embrace people from different backgrounds to make our industry a richer place that is more reflective of the consumers that we're trying to talk to. And I think in 2019, hopefully we're going to see more of this. In 2019, who do I think will be the agencies that will really make a noise and who will really succeed? Essentially, it's those that are not me too. It's all too easy to be the best creative agency in New York, the best creative agency in London. But actually, what's the difference? What's the real point of difference? And I think agencies that want to succeed have really got to find this as a point of difference.